fellow viewers, as you all know, number of teaching aids are used by the teachers for classroom teaching. Overhead projector is one such very powerful medium of instruction. Its use is not restricted to making presentations in the seminars or conferences. It can be very effectively used for classroom teaching because of its versatile use. In this presentation, I will discuss about the advantages of using overhead projector in the classroom and various techniques which can be used with this equipment. Let me first of all discuss about the advantages of using overhead projector in the classroom. First of all, the materials which we have to use on this overhead projector, they can be prepared in advance. Another is it can be used in normal room lighting. We do not have to darken or semi-darken the room in making presentations. It is very simple to use, just its operation is once we have focused through this knob, the teacher has to just switch on or switch off the equipment only. It is easily portable because of its light weight, and it projects large image at a very short distance. Use of overlays, opaque materials, plastics makes the presentations more effective in the classroom. Now, I come to the second part, that is the overhead projector techniques. One very common technique for using this overhead projector is through the single sheets. These transparency triacetate sheets, they come in the A4 size also and in the square form also. The bottom of the written transparency is kept towards the screen. We can write textual material on these single sheets. So, here you see the topic that is written with the different color, subheadings they are given different color, and these things make the text presentation of the textual material very effective. Not only this, on these single sheets we can make diagrams also. At times it is very difficult for the teacher to draw these complicated diagrams on the chalkboard, but here we can show through these single sheets transparencies. Another way to use this equipment is through the roll of acetate. This is the roll of acetate. In some of the overhead projectors, we have provision on both the sides to mount our roll of acetate and make the presentations. Such rolls can be used to write upon during the lesson. With the use of roll, there is no need to use chalkboard. Very inexpensive glass marker pencils can be used to write on the acetate. These pencils come in different colors. They are projected in the same color when we write on the glass, but when we write on the transparency, the image formed that is only in the black color. The advantage of using these pencils is that the written text can be erased just with the help of a dry cloth, and then we can use the acetate. As the teacher writes on it, the image of his writing appears on the screen. By turning one of the rollers, the image moves across and off the screen, and more writing surface is brought into position. Moreover, the whole lecture or its important points can be recapitulated by rewinding the roll to its starting position and running over the notes or main points again. Now, this is not at all possible with the chalkboard. Teacher just cannot keep everything on the chalkboard and show those things again. Another important use which is not very commonly used by the teachers is the use of overlays. Overlays are set of transparencies, and in each transparency some information is given. The base transparency is kept first and subsequent transparencies are flipped over that, and new information may be processed, may be some assembly that appear on the screen. Now, if we analyze the subject area for sciences and technology and even in certain non-engineering subjects, we will see that in number of concepts they develop in stages. These things can be shown very beautifully through the overhead projector. Now, these become the concrete reference for the students and they help them in better retention of the material. From the electronic side, say this perception image recognition system. Here, if we have inputs representing odd number, they will always switch on the bulb, and if the inputs are in the even number, then the bulb will not be switched on. Another example of the overlay, that is how the waves are formed in the CRO with the filter and without using filter. Here in the half wave rectifier, say the waveforms are like this. Now, if the filter is there, the shape of the waveform changes. Now, this has been demonstrated in 2 steps, and on the chalkboard I cannot again and again erase and again draw, but here to distinguish the nature of waves in the 2, I can just show first one this and the difference which has come with the filter, that can be demonstrated. Another overlay is on the slicing technique, how the geometric interpretation of the intensity is there. This is shown for the slicing technique. Now, these things cannot be demonstrated through the use of chalkboard. I am having another example from optical illusion. Now, the effect of color, effect of lines, these things give different type of effects. Let us see how. The bold designs, they emerge out, whereas subdued designs recede. And if we want to see the effect of color also, see warm colors, they stand out, and cool colors, they just recede. Through these overlays, we can also see the effect of vertical and horizontal lines. Horizontal lines give illusion of width, whereas vertical lines, they give illusion of slimness. Now, another technique for using this overhead projector is through the use of color. Color makes the presentations very effective. I will show you some of the diagrams where the colors are used. So, here we have shown parts of a transformer, and different colors are used to represent different aspects. Another example of the diagram here is pressure lubrication system. Here again different parts, they have been demonstrated through different color. Here of course one caution is there. If we are writing textual material, excessive use of red color is not good, because that becomes taxing for the eyes. Last aspect for overhead projector techniques is the use of masking and silhouette. In the masking, I can mask some of the portion which I want to demonstrate. Say if I show the whole transparency, students become busy in writing. Through masking, I am able to show only that portion on which I want to focus, and through this I can go on explaining different aspects included in the transparency. Another which I have mentioned about the silhouette, this stage itself can be used to keep the tiny components of the different equipments, which if I want to show, say this is very small one, if I want to show to the whole class, it will not be visible. But I can, if I just want to focus on the contour of the things, I can demonstrate the shape of these things just on the stage of this equipment. Here we are not interested in the color code, we are just concentrating upon the shape of the components. Let me show you another thing through this overhead projector. In the pharmacy, we teach about the different types of tablets and capsules. Now, if you go to the market, you will see that the tablets, they come in different shapes and with different size. There is logic for that, because they provide different surface area for the exposure of the medicine to the body. Another, you might have observed, some of the capsules are big, some are small, some come in the transparent form, and some of them are in the opaque form. The reason for this is some of the medicines have, with the exposure of light, they are affected, but some of the medicines, they are not affected by the sunlight. So, accordingly filling of these capsules is done. If I want to show these things in the classroom, it is very difficult to show to the whole class these small capsules. Moreover, in the capsules, some of the capsules are filled up with the powder, some of the capsules, they are filled with the granules. Let us see how we can demonstrate this also to the whole class. Now, say in this capsule, the material filled, that is in the powder form, and in some of the capsules we have medicines filled up in the granules. Now, these things give to the student the concrete picture in their mind to differentiate these things. Of course, the logic for putting the capsules in, keeping the medicines in powder form or in the granules, they are different, but in any case these things give them the first hand experience. I have shown you some of the things which you can use. Now, these concepts you can analyze for your own subject area wherever such type of components are there and you want to show to the whole class. You can use this stage as the demonstration table for showing such things. Now, you must have noticed one thing, when I have kept the things, I have not kept those things directly on the stage of the overhead projector. I have kept blank transparency on it to demonstrate these things, because when I was just keeping these things, the scratch could have damaged the stage of this overhead projector. So, to be safe, we always keep blank transparency here. Even if you want to explain certain diagram, you should keep one blank transparency on this so that your original is not damaged. Now, if you want to highlight certain things, even with the transparency pen, you can highlight also, you can add or subtract things also. But with the use of pen, your permanent transparency will not be damaged. I hope some of the techniques which we have discussed here, they will motivate you to make use of such techniques in your classroom instruction. With this, best of luck. Thank you.